Hello everyone, we are Team Gamestop and this is a demo video for the Intellect application, which consists of two things, the Intellect Teacher web app and the Intellect game. We start off with the web app in which we first try to log in to the teacher side, where if we enter the wrong password, it says that the account was failed to log in, where if I now enter the correct password and I press login, we see that the teacher can now log in. Now, if now this is the home screen of the application where the navigation bar can guide the teacher to whatever feature she wants to use, he or she wants to use. Let's start with manage students and try to add a new student for that particular teacher. Now here, if let's say I enter the name as Gopal Agarwal, email address as gopal004 and username as GA19, and let's say I choose the index. The teacher currently has 4 indexes. Let's say I choose SS1 and I click on submit. It says that the new student has been added. We now go and check our Firestore database in which we can see GA19 has been added and a few variables have been initialized. Now if I go and check my email, I receive an email from no reply teacher 10 which says that the account has been created and the username is GA19 and the password has been set to password right now. Moving on, I can edit the question bank in which I can add a new question. Let's say I select World 1, World 3, Stage 3 and level medium, and I enter a new question. Let's say 10 plus 12. The answer is 22, and let's say I enter 3 wrong options, 24. Now let's say I add this question. The system says the question has been added, and if I go and check my database in the World 3 Stage 3 medium, a new question has been added which is 10 plus 12 and the 4 options entered by the teacher are available here. Now I can delete a same question. Let's say I try to delete the question which I just added. I first go and select World 3, Stage 3 and medium level. I first retrieve the list of questions available and let's say I choose here 10 plus 12. These are all the available questions in the database. And let's say I first try to, let's say, not select anything. So the error handling has been taken care of, but the system prompts me to select a question. So let's say I select this question and I delete it. The system says that the question has been deleted. And we see that the question has disappeared from here. World 3, Stage 3, medium, the question has disappeared. Next up, here, let's say I try to view class progress. Here, I select World 1, Stage 1 and level easy, and for a particular index I retrieve all the students. And so this feature has been basically implemented such that the teacher can track the progress of each student individually or the class index as a whole. So let's say I want to track the current students progress. So I go to GA19 that loads, and the GA19's data for World 1 Stage 1 easy is 0 because the user hasn't played these things has played this level yet. Let's say I go back and I select World 1 Stage 2 easy and I go here again, and let's say I go to Gopal 19. So here, as you can see, for this particular student, he has achieved a score of 70 by answering 7 correct questions in one single attempt and has taken a total of 45 seconds. There is a histogram available here such that the teacher can visualize the same data, and 2 pie charts are available which display the percentage of correct questions and percentage of points scored. If you hover over it, you can also see other additional details. The teacher also has another additional feature in which he or she can select, let's say, World 1, Stage 1 easy again, and they want to view the entire class's progress instead of a particular student. They can select, while choosing a student, they can select all and they can view the progress. So here it first takes a time to load, and then when we get the data, it displays a list of all the students in that particular index, their individual scores, questions, attempts, and time taken. As you can see, GA underscore 19 has all the data points as 0 because they have not played the level yet. We also display the average data for World 1 Stage 1 Easy, where the average score was 80, average correct questions was 7, and so on and so forth. We also have 4 histograms displaying how the distribution of the various variables look like for that particular class index, in which you can see 0 people, one student is there who has taken 0 time, which is Gopal, GA underscore 19, and there are 2 people in the 21 to 30 range and 3 people in the 41 to 50 range. So on and so forth. For each data point, graphs have been plotted such that the teacher has the ease of visualizing the data and analyzing the class performance. We now move on to the student side. This is the student side game application. We first try to log in with the credentials of the student that we just received in the email, which was GA underscore 19, and the password was set to be password. You can view your password here, and when you log in, it takes you to the change password screen because the user is logging in for the first time. Let's say I change my password to GA underscore 19, same as my username. As you can see, if let's say here both the passwords match, but let's say they don't match here first, and if you change password, it displays a message saying passwords don't match. Now, since the passwords match, the password has been changed, and the background music of the game application begins. Here we first view the characters. This particular user is a new user, and hence only has the first character unlocked, which has no ability. If you see, character 2 and 3 are logged right now, who have abilities, and they will unlock as you play on the game. Now let's say we view the solo campaign mode. Here we have 3 worlds, the theme being addition and subtraction for the first one, multiplication division for the second one, and board mass for the third one. Worlds 2 and 3 are logged right now because this is a new user, so we go on to play world 1. Similar thing has been implemented for stages. Stage 2 and 3 are logged, so the user goes on to play stage 1, and medium hard are logged again, and the user can only play easy. Let's say I click on play, the battle begins. Here I first, let's say I attempted the question incorrectly, so the health decreases and the points remain the same, and the next monster appears in the map. Let's say I try to solve this question correctly. So as you can see, the number of points increase and the health bar did not go down. The timer is ticking down, so because I didn't correctly answer more than 5 questions, I have failed this level. And as you can see, if I click on exit and if I go to the same stage, medium level has not unlocked for me. So I retry this level, and this time I try to pass this particular level. So this is just playing the game. As you can see, the health bar and the number of points and the question number increases and decreases as required, as mentioned in the function requirements also. And the monsters on the right keep increasing, giving this learning experience a gamified approach. Because I have here scored, I have answered 5 correct questions and have scored 50 points. I have cleared this particular level, and I now have a new button saying that I can play the next level. So if I try, before showing you the next button, let me try and show you the share button, in which you can basically share this particular message that hey, I've just scored 15 World 1 Stage 1 Easy using any social media application present on your phone. Here I have Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram, Outlook, LinkedIn, and all other social media platforms available on my phone. So let's say I try to play the next level, which I try to play similarly, and let me try to pass this one as well. So this is just playing the application on the health bar and the number of points increase and decrease as required.
I scored 60 points and I've cleared this particular level. And let's say I go on exit and I go to solo campaign mode. And as you can see, for this particular world and stage, I have unlocked all the 3 levels. Now when I clear the hard level, stage 2 unlocks for me. Let me try doing that. So this is again the same similar battle scheme, but as you can see, the level of difficulty of questions has gone up as you clear more and more levels. As you can also observe, the background music has changed to a battle music to basically pump up the screen and improve the user experience. Since I've already scored 60 points, I'll just try to quickly clear this level. So as you can see, I've scored 68 points again, and the remaining height was 20. And when I click on exit, as you can see inside world 1, stage 2 has now unlocked. And inside stage 2, I only have the easy level unlocked as expected. Let's say I now move on to the challenge friends. This feature has been implemented such that the students can play against each other and basically have a competitive, build a competitive environment in which they learn simultaneously with each other. So here you have 4 options in which you can create a challenge, view pending challenges, send history and receive history. Let's say you go to create challenge, you can only send out challenges for the world, stages and levels that you create. Because this particular student is only in world 1, there's only one option, and he has 2 stages because he has reached the second stage of the world 1. And let's say I just select world 1 stage 1 medium, world 1 stage 2 only easy options available. Let's say choose that, and I'll try to challenge let's say push_156. So as you can see on the note below, you have to first attempt the challenge before sending it. So I click on attempt and I get a random set of questions from that particular world stage and level. So here let me try this. This is again the similar battle screen, but the end result is different because the usage of this battle screen is different. This screen is being used to challenge a particular friend and not clear the solo campaign mode. So as you can see, the user scored a score of 40, as you can see on the top of the screen. And you also have an option to share this particular challenge, in which again you can share via any social media platform you have. So when you click on OK, it takes you back to the home screen. As you can see here, when I go to send history, this particular challenge now pops up, which has been sent to push_156 on today's date, which is 22nd of April, and world 1 stage 2 easy. My score was 40 and the opponent score is 0 right now because they have not attempted it yet. Let's say I now log in with push_156. The password was hello. I reach the home screen again. Let's say I go to the challenge friends. This particular student can also challenge. He can challenge GA19 and all other students in his particular index. Now let's say I go to pending challenges. This challenge from GA_19 which I just sent out pops up here. I have an option to attempt this particular challenge. Let's say I do that and I get the same questions here and I try to play them. As you can see, this particular student has a different character unlocked, which is the third character, and that's why they got more time. Their time started from 60 seconds instead of 50 seconds because they got 20% more time. Let's say they try to play this challenge, and because they scored 0 points, which is less than what GA_19 scored, they lost this battle. They can again share this result using the share button. As when you click on OK and you go to pending challenges again, this particular challenge pops out because a student cannot attempt the challenge more than once. Because this particular user has not sent out any challenges, there is no data to display the challenges sent. But in the received challenges, they have two. The latest one being from GA_19 from today's date, World 1 Stage 2 Easy. Their score was 40 and my score was 0, and I lost this particular battle. This was the challenge feature, which was to basically create a competitive environment in which all students learn simultaneously. Let's now move on to the leaderboard screen, in which the solo campaign results are displayed on the leaderboard. Here the student has a lot of options. They can view the leaderboard in 3 different modes. Either they can view for a particular level. Let's say they want to view for World 2 Stage 2 Easy, so they can view the leaderboard. Here you can see Khush's rank is 3, as you can see on this particular table on the left, and Suhana being on the top, followed by Glenn and then Khush. This is how well the users and students have performed in this particular level. They also can select all levels, in which they get a total score of all the levels inside this particular world. Let's say I go to World 1 Stage 1 and I select all. This basically sums up all the scores of easy, medium and hard for all the users. Here, as you can see, Remus is on the top with a score of 390, followed by Suhana, Ming, and Khush's rank is currently 5th with a score of 220. They can also select World 1 all stages, all levels, which basically displays a cumulative score of the performance of the entire world of that particular of all students. So as you can see, here Suhana is again on top with 1100 with around 1100 points, and Khush is 4th here with a score of 730. This leaderboard has been implemented such that students can track other students' performance and basically know how they fare out in comparison to their classmates. Moving on to the settings page, here as you can see, this displays the character selected by the user, and they also have the option to change their password, which we are not displaying for time constraints. You can also switch off the background music. As you can observe, the background music has turned off, and I can turn that back on. So let's say I first log out and I try to log in from GA_. The sent history that I had is now updated because Khush has now attempted this challenge with their score of 0. And the received history is empty for this particular user. They can also view the leaderboard, but they can only view the leaderboard for only those world stages or levels which they have unlocked right now. So as you can see, this particular user cannot select World 2 leaderboard. Let's say they view the all leaderboard, their rank is currently 8th. But like all other users, Remus has a score of 390, Suhana has a score of 330, and this particular user is last in his amongst his classmates. Let's say I go back and I try to change character, which is logged right now, but as I had showed you earlier, in Khush_156, all 3 characters were unlocked.
Teacher side, we try to send a new assignment from this particular teacher. We click on the send new assignment tab, and this displays a few input parameters which have to be filled out by the teacher. Let's say the assignment title is EngSoc, Engineering Society, EngSoc, and the assignment code is HW0001, and the class index that the teacher wants to send out is SS1, and the topic which is basically a world that the teacher needs to select is World 1. And when they click on submit button, the system says that the assignment, the system presents two options to share this particular assignment, which is Facebook and Twitter. Moving on, when you click on finish button, all the things reset, and let's say you go to the Firebase and you view the assignments assignments tab, a new assignment has been added with the code HW0001 and sent out to class index SS1 with the title NSOC. Moving on to the email, like since G underscore 19 is registered under this particular index, as soon as a teacher sends out a new assignment, they get a email just like we get on NTU Learn, such that a new saying a new assignment has been added, and it has to be completed within 3 days from today.
Coming back to the student side again, let's say I log in with the same student credentials again, GA underscore 19, and as you can see, if I go to the assignments tab and I go to past assignments, there is no data to display right now. But if you go to pending assignments, we get this HW0001, which was just sent out from the teacher side right now, as we saw in the email. We have an option to play this assignment, which is attempt this assignment, and when you click on that particular tab, you get 8 random questions selected from that particular word. The options are shuffled and show out the questions for all the students, such to minimize teaching levels some answers, and I scored a total of 20 points. And again, I have an option to share my results with my classmates and on social media, like on any other battle screen also. Let's say I click on OK, and I now go to pending assignments. That assignment has popped because no assignment can be attempted twice from the student. And the past assignments, which was initially empty, a new record appears which says displays the code HW0001 with the title of NSOC, and the result was fail because I only scored 20 out of 80 points. We need a minimum of 40 to pass the level, and since we failed, the score is not applicable, but had we passed this particular assignment, the score would have appeared.
Moving on to the teacher side again, let's say we go to view assignment progress. Uh, for this particular uh, we select that assignment that we just sent out, which was NSOC, and you click on submit. You get a screen which displays a few details of the assignment, and we also see the students who have passed. The table is empty right now because only one student has attempted it yet who failed. The graphs are empty right now because there is no data points to display because only one student attempted it. Let's say we go back and we select another assignment which is OODP, which is populated and attempted by a lot of students. Here the students who have passed are Glenn, Gopal and Suhana, and student who failed was Khush. The graphs, as you can see, make more meaningful sense here. Glenn's, Gopal's and Suhana scores are displayed in a histogram to compare, and the average a few average data points are also displayed, such as the average score and the student score distribution. As you can see, all the three students scored in the range 41 to 80 here, and that has been visualized for the teacher for better convenience. We move on to class progress. Let's say we go and select World 1. We go and select World 1 Stage 1 Easy. As you can see, if you leave out the index empty and if you click on Get Students, the system prompts a message. एक सेकंड रुक यार, क्लिक करना रे ठीक से. Select index कर. If you click on Get Students, it displays a message saying you have to select an item in this list. It is compulsory. We go and select SS1, and when you click on Get Students, you get a list of all the students. Let's say you select G underscore 19 and you view the progress. So here, as you can see, we just now attempted from this particular account, and we see that the score for this student was 50, and we only made made 3 attempts, and the best time taken was 34 seconds. We moved down, the percentage of correct questions was 50, and the points scored were around 38.5%. We move on and we go and view class progress again, but this time we select World 1 Stage 1 Easy, but we view the progress for entire class. How do we do this? We select the index, but when we get the students, we select the all option instead of selecting a particular student to view the entire class's progress. As you can see, this displays a table in which Gopal GA_19's data has been updated as we played the level, and the average data is also displayed in a form of table and graphs as explained earlier. Moving on, we now try to delete this particular student. Let's say we go to the delete student account option. Let's say I enter an incorrect username here and you click on delete student. The system displays a message saying that the username does not exist and we have to try again. Let's say we enter the correct username this time, and we try to delete the student. The system says a message that the student account has been deleted. We go and check in our Firestore Firebase. If you go to the students option, GA_19 no longer exists, and this particular student receives an email saying that the account has been terminated by the teacher, and that's all for delete student. We now move on to the last feature of adding a new index from the teacher side. Let's say we can already enter we enter already existing index, which is SS1, and when we try to do that, the system says there's an error because it already exists. So we enter a new index SS4 from the teacher, SS4, and we try to add that particular index. As you can see, new class index has been added, and we go and view in the Cloud Firestore in the teacher side. No reply. Yeah, as you can see, SS4 now pops up here. That's it for the functionality of the teacher side and the student side. Thank you for watching the demo.